get the max and store it on there. And then again, this was the same issue I had where, oh, this one is, I guess I copied the same thing into it. I didn't do good copy there. But it was the same issue as the B2 in that I had all of the locations and accounts got separated on the side. But there's the maxes, and there.
That's showing me that that's by salesperson, right?
This one's by store location.
Oh,
no, you're right. This one's salesperson. This one was supposed to, but I copied and pasted the wrong.
So that first number are those salespeople numbers?
The first
Item number.
The very
Oh, that's
first
item
column
number.
is item number, and then max sales, and then this first group is all the salespeople numbers.
Okay. Of those people, somebody sold 4.
Right,
And then there's
those
the
are
count.
numbered here. There's a couple of them.
And there's the 4.
There's a third one.
Makes sense
There's
now, yeah.
4.
Okay. So you sort of got all the data you wanted.
I got the data, but I had a problem sorting it out. The max filtering.
Yeah, between
wasn't-
filtering and grouping and stuff.
Yeah, I tried to do a filter by and put it in right inside before I did the generate, and I figured I had to do it inside of for each, but I could never find how to do that. But I think that
You can
Evan
do a
probably.
nested for each. So you
Oh,
can
I
put-
could have done another nest in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be interesting.
Yeah, I think if you take flatten out and do the generate group comma count, and then you can do group add, if you did like group as, whatever you want to label it, but that would group them together in
Couldn't get a
individual.
group as, except down at the bottom when I said generate group. Then I could do it. Up here, I wanted to do it,
You
but I
need to
couldn't.
remove the parentheses.
Well, so this generate group as item, that worked,
For each, so
but,
it's because A isn't grouped. So once you group A, it generates a group, which is what you grouped it by. So the thing that you grouped it by, which was item salesperson,
right.
that's moved as a tuple to the far left column and identified as group. So that's what
And that's what I flattened.
that's what you flattened together,
So that probably wasn't a good thing.
I think. if I'm getting that correctly.
Well, I was running into, the only thing I was running into when I added in the max filtered equals filter by thing, it couldn't figure out, it started not knowing where item was. And I found out I eventually found in the error message that the bag wasn't named. The bag that it was available in wasn't named.
So that's what I was talking about earlier. When you do B dot parentheses item, then it will work. Because then it's the tuple within the bag or something.
So I'll have to see
I did it.
that.
I was
I'll
doing
have to
something a
see
different
that.
way before, so I didn't use it in my final thing, but it fixed when I was trying to do a different approach.
Cool.
Yeah. That was in whatever she posted. The really good reference on the discussions.
Oh, from Chimera?
Okay.
Great, thank you.
And then exit.
I pretty much got all my answers. All the sources I found were not that good.
Oh, yeah, right? Definitely we can run.
Pull it out of the.
Way confusing.
But you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah,
It's not ours.
I found it to be a hard assignment. I found it to be a hard assignment, but I was going
And it's
really
just all in
fast.
one folder.
It's super aggressive.
That
Huh?
was like complicated.
Did you send it?
Well, like I said, but I do it the way,
That's how I
I do it the way my brain thinks, and then later have to come back through and clean it up.
And this conversation. Type classes are different than like English and other classes where if those assignments get hard, I just get frustrated. It is like, yes, this is awesome. So difficult. I'm learning so much.
It's a challenge.
It's more of a challenge that I enjoy. Whereas writing a 5 billion page paper is not a challenge I enjoy.
You think you can take a couple minutes and after class and show me what you're talking about? On
I thought I resubmitted it. I had a screenshot in there.
So you had a screenshot in there?
That putting the item or the field in parentheses.
So when it gave you an error message, it showed you like the layout, right? It showed like something bag, something
Yeah, it's not found in,
Oh, I
and
know.
it came out with
When
this.
you open up this window.
Yeah.
Yes, it would be fixed by you bag name, whatever the bag key is, dot, parentheses.
But that was where, what was weird, where it was failing, it was saying colon bag, so there was no name in front of the colon, just, I had a bag, no name.
So
But
if
it
you,
was in,
so then,
To get the data.
and it wasn't grouped.
well, so wherever that bag was made, if you just do it as something,
Have to change the date and all that.
that will name the bag, and then you can put that bag. Or maybe what he was talking about, he did like the dollar signs.
I don't know for that.
Where's the,
Yeah.
Oh, is it $0 zero? Is that?
Or wherever, whatever place it, you should do a dollar sign.
I just couldn't figure out how to reference it, cause it didn't have a name.
Okay. So originally, so what I was trying to do was count the number of employees per store was my original thought process. But I didn't go down that route in this file. All this file does is counts the number of orders by each salesperson. So I don't know where I could have, or where I could have figured out how many salesperson were per store. I think I would have had to change this count right here possibly to make that happen. To be, so what I really want to do is count the number of salespeople in each store. Anyway, so what this does do though is it does generate totals of by employee in their order. So employee number 1 at 19 orders, or 24 at 12 orders each one had.
okay, good. That was more than enough for my satisfaction.
So it wasn't the right problem to solve though. Maybe you guys want to figure out that.
What was your, so what were you trying to solve?
Salesperson per store.
Salesperson per
So
store.
I think you just would have had to make a group that.
Oh, if you did the, it would be,
You need to
That
do
one
it
would-
group by store
you should have
first,
done
and then-
grouped stores by.
Instead of orders, eh?
Or
Grouped stores.
stores?
So, yeah, grouped stores by salesperson. Or wait, hold on. Is that right?
Store number.
No, it's group stores is grouped
By.
by.
Right, group
By-
stores is already grouped by
Oh,
sale,
it already
store
is.
number.
Oh, okay.
So it'd be like that.
Store
see-
number, comma, salesperson?
No, I think it would be you'd use a. I don't know.
What is it that you're trying to do again?
Trying to count the number of employees per store.
Oh, okay.
Group.
So then you would do a distinct
Oh, yeah.
grouped.
By distinct salesperson, wouldn't it?
You could probably do it joint. So you'd make a. No. Hold on.
I have to do this.
More effort into thinking about this.
That's just grouping orders.
So.
So here, instead of count orders A, you need to give, you deleted something.
You
You deleted a line, actually, you had.
Yeah, I deleted that, but I didn't need
Do any
it.
of the Boolean
That's,
This is more.
that's counting
That's like on.
the sales, right? For each sales.
Yeah, but I saw that you had grouped the salesperson, oh yeah, there it is, by salesperson. So you need to do, for each groups. And the counters thing, the below line, and the fifth one.
This one?
Yeah, so for each, instead of group salesperson, you need to go group by store, generate group, and then count salesperson over there, yeah.
Yeah.
So that would be from
That's right.
group by store.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Uh,
And that'll give you the.
So the first one would be grouped stores, not group by store, I think, because we need first the store. Yeah, below that, make it as the grouped stores. Yeah. And then here, count, count group by store, I think, so.
Oh, and then a group by in here?
No.
No, count,
That-
so instead of salesperson, it would be
Yeah, you will give
group
that
by
name.
store.
Group by store name, that, yeah.
All right, that would make sense because that's already distinct.
You might have to do this thing on a different line. I don't know.
Like that?
We'll see if it works.
Yeah, maybe you
You
can
might have to
try
group
that.
by salesperson and then do this.
And then I think you need to do the distinct in the other line. Just remove the distinct from that line, from your third line. Yeah, below that,
And then on the next one, you do
Yeah,
group
next
by
after
store
the
equals
salesperson.
distinct group by store.
and the above line, just do an enter, carriage return to get a line. Yeah, there you can write distinct salesperson equal to distinct. You can give any name you want. No, not that.
You,
yeah.
you do group by store equals distinct group by store, and then it will make it by distinct group, I think.
So
Group by store equals distinct group by store. No.
no,
On-
next
on
line
the
down.
line, group by store equals distinct group by store.
Smart.
And then that will separate it out or it will group everything together by individual salesperson.
Yeah.
Oh, and then when I count
Yeah.
that, then, so this should work?
Well,
Sure.
maybe.
Alright, let's try it.
I never get it right the first time.
How do I execute this thing? I don't have a,
This machine doesn't have it on, so I would have to get out of this machine. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to say, why doesn't it let me say? I'm going to use.
I'll say it as. I know, right?
So then.
Set up your own web host to do that. Wouldn't be too much work.
Do it on my big script.
To run your big scripts for you so you can test them anywhere. Like, you just have to set up
You want me to host it? No, I am.
Oh, you have a.
I am a web host. I haven't set it up, but I am a web host. Actually, times two. I haven't
still
canceled the other one
I
yet.
still have free AWS. So.
What's that?
I still have free AWS, so I'm not worried about it.
Okay, so I just replied and sent it back to you. Okay, do you guys want to take a break for like 5 minutes and then we'll get into something slightly different? So you went to one store and
Yeah.
you wanted all the orders that were greater than $10.
So I filtered it first, and then I filtered the zip by zip code number, and then I order by item numbers, and I group the items. So the result is like
So those are
item number, This is item numbers.
Yep.
And then here is store. Price 10. Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Pretty simple. That's price item number.
So you have, for a given store, you have all the different item numbers.
Yes.
And then within there, you have tuples for, I guess, each salesperson maybe?
Or that's
Yeah.
order
Order
ID.
ID.
This is order ID.
Okay.
Salesperson.
This is
Item number,
yeah, item number.
price, and date.
Okay. So then that line goes over pretty far,
Yeah.
because that has,
But you have to scroll up.
all right, what's common in all those tuples?
I think I was trying to assumption.
Something's common in all those.
Item number is the
No.
common.
I don't think
all
it
that.
can.
And first
Yeah.
line.
Yeah, this is item, I grouped it by item number.
Okay. So you have every transaction in a particular store by a particular item?
Yes.
Is what you have, okay.
Yes. Price more than 10.
Yeah, and price more than 10. Okay, good, excellent. Okay, super. I feel bad that some of you took on something that was pretty aggressive. I had encouraged you to send me mail. Some people did, and some people did not. Okay, so we're gonna do something now that's so easy that I'm gonna explain it to you, and you may choose to go home and do it later. But I want to play a little bit with a part of SQL that's called SQL Server Integration Services. And what it is used, and it's used heavily, is if you have a real database sitting there, your database of record, you may be getting feeds from other things, multiple databases. So what you will do is you will set up the SQL Server Integration Services to run on a batch process. Every night at midnight, it reaches out and it grabs other people's data, and then it translates it into from whatever table structure it was or whatever XML it was. It transforms it into your table structure and updates all your table information. Okay. So you can imagine if you're a big company and you have lots of suppliers and lots of customers, and everybody has different databases, that could be a real problem. So SQL Server Integration Services, like a super important tool, and every database company has one. So what we want to do is we want to take our data, and we should probably do it from MongoDB, but that gave me a headache. So what I'm going to do instead is, in effect, take it from a spreadsheet. And we're going to use the spreadsheet as the input into SQL Server Integration Service, and it's going to pre-populate a SQL table with our order information. And then in subsequent weeks, we will run forms programs against that, and then we will eventually do BI cube analysis on that. But first, we need to get it in. Okay. So I'm going to talk now about the first step, which is if we're going to do a SQL Server integration into our database, we need to have the database set up. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a database structure, and then we're going to write a simple ASPX program so you could enter one order, just to make sure that it all works. And then we'll throw that order away, clean the database, and then we'll import 450 orders. Okay? So everybody got that? All right. So the things that are sitting up there is this PowerPoint that says what to do, and then in case you've completely forgotten everything you've ever learned, this simple ASPX example is one version of the Programming 117 movie database thing we did. So it has example code in it for inserts, updates, deletes, and all those things if you want to just quickly look at it. You may or may not need to. So if we look at this PowerPoint, we want to build a node orders database, and then we're going to have an ASPX form for inputting data to it, for adding a record manually. And I strongly suggest you stick with my names. That way I can give you code and I can give you scripts, and they'll just work. But if you really don't like my names and you're willing to convert
whatever I give you into your naming system, go for it.